Well, hello, National FFA, and welcome to the National FFA Blue Room. I'm Jennifer Crumpler, Fiber Development Manager and Manager of the E3 Sustainable Cotton Program at BASF. I'm so excited to spend the next few minutes with you guys, so hopefully you'll settle in, get comfortable, and also learn a few things over the next few minutes. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about something maybe you haven't thought about. So as you look behind me and we look at these blue FFA jackets, which one of them, just so you know, happens to be mine, I think of all the stories that I have when I look at this jacket. I think about the friends I made, the people along that journey. I think about the trips I took. I think about going to National FFA Convention, that road trip. And today I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about your story and all the memories you have in that jacket. But before that jacket got to you and before it got to your chapter or before it got in your closet, there was a whole other story that happened before that. And today, I want to help you understand and learn that story so maybe you'll understand and know a little bit around the passion that I have for cotton and helping work with our supply chain and telling the story of sustainability and traceability that we have going on. So again, sit back, relax, and let's learn a little bit about E3 Sustainable Cotton. I get the question a lot. What is E3? What does it stand for? So E3 is BASF's. It's our Sustainable Cotton Program and our platform. It's where, the name, it's really just what it stands for, our 3 E's, being economically viable, environmentally responsible, and socially equitable. So really kind of the 3 big pillars of sustainability. One of the things that our program's a little bit different than maybe some other sustainability programs is that we do ask our growers that enroll in our program, 100% of their acres will be mapped out. We capture sustainability metrics in 8 different categories, as well as we then capture Bell IDs back to the individual fields, and we can pass that along and trace it through the supply chain. And so let's get started. I would like to go ahead and our first stop on our road trip.
My name is Marshall Hardwick. I'm 4th generation cotton farmer from Tinsall Parish. I farm with my older brother Meade and my parents Mary and Jay. A lot has changed since the 80s, 90s, and probably the last 10 years. We're using minimum tillage. We're not doing big disking. A lot of unproductive ground that we used to plant and farm, we're now replanting in trees. We're doing a lot more cover crops. In your mindset, it's I want to have something growing on the farm almost 365 days of the year. The thought that we're going out there and plowing or applying pesticides every single day or once a week, it's not true. I would say that the vast majority of the American farmer is growing the most sustainable crop that they can. The E3 platform is very easy to do. It's been a huge benefit for us because it tells our story. Cotton gets a bad reputation for using a lot of water. Well, a lot of the cotton that's grown in the United States is dryland cotton. And although cotton is a living plant, it requires water, but it only requires it in specific points of its life. So to say that it's a heavy water user is inaccurate. The gin is literally where they're separating the lint from the seed. And there's a process in it where it goes through, they remove the plastic from it, and then it's basically just kind of, these round bales are kind of pulled apart where the cotton gets into smaller thins, and it's gone into a stand where it's got like 130 of these huge saws, and the saws are rotating, and the seed actually falls next to it, and it's constantly just pulling the lint off the seed until the seed actually falls through. And it goes through a series of steps where it ultimately lands into the stand and pressed into your 480, 500 pound bale. As soon as it's made into a bale, a sample is taken from every single bale, and that's sent to the USDA where it's graded and tested, and it's given its permanent ID, which is used in the E3 platform, which is great for the sustainability and the traceability of the cotton. You know, it's the most unique commodity, especially that we grow. You know, you take an example of corn or soybeans, which we grow. Once you dump it at the elevator, it's lost. You don't know where it's coming from except the region. But with cotton and the traceability, you're going back all the way to that farm and field, and you know, it holds. Starting with the farmer, it holds, you know, them accountable to the practices and methods that they use to grow that crop, but also it holds the retailers and brands at the end of saying, hey, where are you sourcing your cotton from? And are these people producing it in a sustainable way?
Let's go on to our next stop on our road trip, our cotton road trip. And let's meet and hear from Eric Goldstein from Vidalia Mills.
Vidalia Mills, located in Vidalia, Louisiana, is very unique. We're a new startup denim mill. We've been around for about 2.5 years, been shipping denim for approximately a year. And we are shipping denim that we're weaving on the old cone white oak selvage looms. So these are the most historic denim looms in the world. We're bringing in all US cotton, all E3 US cotton. And we are weaving some amazing fabric. My name is Eric Goldstein. I'm the Executive Vice President of Denim. So our big picture at the mill is to have the complete supply chain under one roof, meaning going from cotton fiber straight through to finished goods. So at Vidalia Mills, we find the E3 cotton program incredibly important to us. Customers want to know that our cotton is traceable and sustainable. Those are two buzzwords in the industry right now that everybody's having some fun with, and a lot of people are claiming. And you know, in my opinion, majority of people are greenwashing. They are not supplying cotton that is sustainable or traceable, and we are. And when we decided to go exclusively with E3 cotton at Vidalia, I think it was a great decision. I think a decision that opened up a lot of people's minds, realizing that we could trace the cotton. All the cottons in the United States, we could use My Farms app and go back and tell people how much water was used, how much pesticides was used, and the day it was harvested, and so on and so forth. And we're proud. We're really proud of that. To say that we're the first, I believe we're the first mill in the world to use dedicated cotton. Currently, we're shipping product to obviously the United States, to Mexico, to Korea, to all over Europe. So right now we are just we're building and we're growing, and there's a tremendous demand for our product right now. So it's really an exciting time at the mill.
I'm really excited to announce and introduce our final guest to you guys. So let's welcome Trinidad Garcia III, founder of Trinidad 3 Jeans.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive.
My story, I say it's machine guns to sewing machines. I was a machine gunner in the Marine Corps, served for 8 years, 2008, 2016. I used my GI Bill. I went to the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles. I earned 3 degrees. I was in the first graduating class, advanced study in denim. And that's really where I just was able to dive into this passion along this journey. When I was a student at FIDM, sustainability was a term that we really looked at in depth and trying to find out what, that true meaning is. And now that I'm on the other side and had the opportunity to meet the farmers, I mean, for the first time, and have a conversation with them and find out what, really like the lives, they're impacting and the work they're doing in preserving the environment, which is important. And above all, the transparency, because the end consumer really, I think there's a disconnect. And with us being made in USA, yes, it's a label that's very important, but I think we're not, I mean, being able to show transparency, like why, like truly what it means to be made here in the United States. So that way when the consumer purchases our product, they know they get more value and they know that they're making an impact from the farm all the way through, you know, through the mill and onto us.
And now, just like every good road trip, you finally reach that destination. And with E3 Sustainable Cotton and our time with you here in the Blue Room, hopefully you've understood from farm to fashion all the way through the story that went into creating this beautiful blue jacket behind me or your favorite pair of jeans. So as we move forward and as you go forward today, I hope that you'll take time and you'll reflect and you'll think about, just like that jacket and all the stories and that you have with it, think about the fabric and the yarn that went together to weave it and make it and tell its story. I hope that you will weave together through agriculture, FFA, and all your other experiences in life, a great story that you get to tell for the future. So right now on the screen, you guys will be able to see the many different ways on our social media channels that you can connect with E3 Sustainable Cotton as well as BASF. So I encourage you to take the time, connect, reach out, and let's together through National FFA and BASF, let's continue to tell this great story of agriculture throughout time.